88 Shade 45, we are back. It is the Lord Sear special with special guests, NBA great, legend, and park legend. That's right. Kenny Smith is in the building.
Yo, it's good to be here, man. It's funny because podcast, radio, Shade 45 is different when I hear y'all voices all the time when I'm in my car. Now I'm in here with y'all, like putting a visual with it is kind of weird at times. It's kind of weird.
Born and raised in Queens.
Yes, sir.
In my
Queens, get the money.
Queens.
Left Rack City.
Oh, Left Rack. Okay.
Left Rack, man. I'm first generation Left Rack. Yeah, I was part of the move in, like Left Rack City. You know, people in New York know the history. Is like it was like a upper middle class development. I was part of that regime that they were like, oh, they could come in under this housing money and pay this rent. So I was that first regime of Left Rack City. Yes, indeed.
The first pair of kicks you wore to play ball in, do you remember?
Okay. I'll give you a hip-hop lesson.
All right. So
the reason why Run DMC wore Adidas, because Adidas was the most expensive basketball shoe at the time.
They were like
$30.
Yes.
$30. Leather Adidas with $30 shell toes. So if you had those, like I used to I played at Riverside Church, even though I lived in Queens.
Wait a minute.
I played at Riverside Church for my AAU team. So I would go from Queens to Harlem on the train. Wow. So which is, I'm coming back 12, 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah, man, I'm born and raised in Harlem. That's what's up.
So if I'm wearing Adidas, I would get a pass. Like I would never be a victim on a train because they like, oh, you play ball, huh? Like, yeah, how you know? It's like, yeah, because your sneakers, bro. Keep it up. Because they figured if you spent that much money on sneakers, that you were really good.
Okay.
Right, because nobody's spending that much money on sneakers if you're not that good. No. And so when Run DMC, they want to wear the most expensive basketball shoe that is the flyest, or the flyest players wore those. So that means we got to wear them. So that's how Run DMC, the sneaker Adidas comes, is my Adidas. Is like, that's it.
Okay.
And so the same thing, like Michael Jordan took basically the same thing. It's like, now I'm the best sneaker player. Now I have to have people say, well, that must be the flyest sneaker. It's really the people who are wearing it makes you want to wear it.
Right.
The flyest guy in the game, oh, I got to wear those. The best ball players in New York City wore Adidas. That's why they were popular.
And it got you nice. Who taught you how to move, the dribble,
my brother,
the shoot?
Growing up, my brother, he was very instrumental in a lot of New York City basketball players, especially out of Queens. Like anybody in the 90s who played in like college basketball or made it to the NBA, played for my brother. Like they worked out with him. He was the guy. He was like the guru. He was like Diddy in terms of finding talent. Like he was the guy who found all the talent in the neighborhoods all through Queens. Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, and Kenny Anderson, myself, all with him when they were kids.
Queens getting money.
All the time. Long time, no cash. And the funny is because Nori actually played for my brother.
You lying.
Nori played for my brother.
You like when he had hair?
Yeah, Nori played because he's from Left Rack, and he played for my brother's AAU team. So I know Nori pretty well, and he knows like my nephew and him are really close, and so it's Queens. It's like
I didn't even know he played ball.
Yeah, Nori played ball. He was all right. I was in college when he was playing, so I didn't see him a lot play. But my brother was like, he was a pretty good point guard. He's a pretty good point guard.
A good friend of mine who I did radio with back in the day, who I started radio with, was Stretchy Bobito. Bobito said, what's up?
Oh, Bobito's my guy.
How did you meet Bobito?
Bobito is in the culture, man. It's like sports and hip-hop. Because basketball, like, the line, I think it was MC Shan, like hip-hop, it started in the park after dark. It started in park after dark because it was right after a basketball game.
Exactly.
So it's the same people that, like, the referees that ref like the games, the older guys, they became like the hip hop heads.
Yes.
So they would ref the game, bring all the equipment out, and DJ and keep the party going. It was the same people. So all of it, like Bobito and all, he would probably play in the game, and then he'd go behind them. Like it's the same people. Because it was all just in your neighborhood. That's why hip hop and basketball are so married together, especially for New Yorkers, because it's the same people.
Did you ever had a rap name? Like
Oh, yes.
oh, it's Kenny Smith, but what was your rap name? You know, MC.
Special K.
What?
Special K. I was in a group called Super Sound. Super Sounds.
Wait, excuse me, man. I'm about to jump out the window, man. There's a window here. I might jump
And you know, everybody, I was a kid from Queens with 2 NBA rings, dropped the track so we could do this thing. Like, I'm like, no, everybody got bars from New York, like 8. We all got 8.
I was going to throw on a beat. But
No,
I said,
I'm not that
minute.
nice. I'm not that nice. I'm not that
But
nice.
that name is dope, Special K.
Special K.
Like the cereal.
Like the cereal, yeah. You got it. I'm the first thing you see in the morning.
Did you get?
I had all that growing up. I had all that mental stuff going
man,
on.
come on, man.
You know, exactly. But like, it's funny because we up here. I'm, doing obviously the book tour.
Of course,
Talk of Champions. But New York is really a character in my book because it raises you. It gives you a different mentality, a different bravado, a different thought process because of the melting pot. I even wrote when I went to North Carolina. For the first time, I was eating breakfast, and I was like, can I get some bagels and lox? And they were like, what's that? I was like, bagels and lox. And they was like, are you Jewish? Growing up in New York, I never associated ethnic groups with food, except for Chinese food. We like, oh, that's Chinese food. I like the pizza store sold beef patties, like
right, the cocoa bread.
The cocoa bread.
Yeah,
it's like I didn't even know that was Jamaican food, really. Like I just thought it was food. Like I didn't know bagels and lox was $1. So I didn't know it was Jewish. I didn't know a falafel was considered Jewish. So when I went down, that's when I started learning. I was like, oh, but New York every block is somebody. We don't pay attention to that. We just like, if it's good, it's good. If you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not.
Let's talk about Talk of Champions, the book, man. The book is amazing.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And how long, man, the book, man? How long it took you, man, to write the book?
It took me 10 months. The first 3 months are easy. Boom, boom, boom. Because first of all, I never thought I could write a book. I always thought I could write a good article about my life. I was like, not a book. But you
were a good actor also.
But I just thought, like where am I coming from and then finding a voice of what the book is going to be about is probably the toughest thing. And so I was, when George Floyd, all the things happened, the country, we were like, at that point, it was like an inferno. And I walked off the set. I don't know if you guys saw, we were on the show and I decided I started to walk off the set. I said, I shouldn't be here today. And so a week later, my literary agent, she called me and said, you have a book. I'm like, why you say that? She said, why'd you walk off the set? I said, it's really the people who made me, and there it was. So I thought, it's the people who made me walk off, people who made me in basketball, people who made me in business. Like, why am I the way I am is because not really my own thought process. And then I started writing it, right? And I'm sending in the articles, the chapters to the editor. He goes, you realize like everybody you're sending in have a book written about their life? I took for granted the greatness that was around me. Everybody knows Bill Russell. Everybody knows Michael Jordan. Everybody knows Shaq. No, they don't. They don't get to see how they became successful or access to see it. And so that's what it's about. I wanted it to be a self-help book. So when you read it, I read a lot of self-help books. Oh, how to business for dummies. I got 15 chapters instead of one thought process. 15 people that are super successful. And even in the music, a guy named Guy Sear, he manages Madonna, Sting, Alicia Keys. He's like the biggest in the game. Guy slept on my couch when he was 40, but I think 18. He was sleeping on my couch for like 45 days. Like 45 days. I was like, I met him and he was cool. I was like 22. I met him. He's like, I said, come out to Houston and hang out with me. Turned out to be 45 days. And he hung out with me, and now this guy's like a billionaire. Another guy slept on my couch. That's
crazy, man.
Well, another guy I went to college with named David Kohler. And in the summertime, he was my roommate.
Okay.
If you ever go in your bathroom and you see Kohler, that's the Kohler family.
That's crazy.
7 billion. Like I'm around, and I'm thinking like everybody's around these people.
Crazy.
Like, I call them, hey Dave, what's up? Like, but I saw how they got there. I saw their vulnerability, what they did, and what they emphasized their lives on, which was what the book's about.
When you played with Jordan, North Carolina, did you know that he was going to be that dude?
The greatest ever? Maybe not. But I did know he was going to be great. I have that. That's what I've been blessed with to see around corners. Like I walk in a room, and I've always meet people. Sometimes I have nothing to do with their success, but I meet him and I go, "Oh, he's it. She's it." I've done that. I would say, Michael B. Jordan. I wrote about this. Michael B. Jordan. I met him. I just happened to be sitting him on a plane, and we talking, and I'm like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Michael B. Jordan." I'm like, "Michael Jordan?" So I'm like, "I play with Michael." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I'm a basketball dude. I know who you are." Blah, blah. This is no movie, nothing.
Way before The Wire, right?
There's nothing. No movies, no telling, nothing. He just. So we meet. Boom, boom. I give him my number. We exchange. He's sitting next to me on the plane. He calls me up maybe like 6 months later. And he goes, and I told people, I said, "I met this young kid on this plane, man. It's just dope." He's like, "Man, he's got it." Think nothing of it. 6 months later, he said, "Hey, Kenny, man, I'm coming to LA. And, I'm going to do this acting thing full time. And I might need a meal or two if things don't go out." And I said right on the phone, I said, "Bro, you'll never need a meal. You're it. You're it." Damn. He never called me for a meal, ever. I had nothing to do with it, but you could see it. Like, there's certain things about people. It is clear when I see it, man. Clear.
That's a beautiful thing.
Y'all got it, too, in the room, too, man. Come on.
Come on, man. 888-J45, speak to Kenny Smith. Let's play some hip-hop. We're going to go to Queens. Let's play some My Adidas.
Oh, you're going to run. Okay. Because I would go with Nas with me, but we go run first.
Oh, we're going to play Nas last.
Okay, there we go.
We're going to do the Queens,
you're going to build it up.
Man. Yes.
Build it up. All right, there it is.
888-J45, talk about the talk of champions. Let's do it.